Okay, for those who are referring to the hands-on, I'm looking at page number 41 in the custom groups. So first and foremost, actually 41 is the overview, so we are going to begin with the hands-on. So it's page number 42. So let's begin by logging into MicroStrategy. Then you select your project, so it's MicroStrategy tutorial. Please let me know if I'm going too fast because this is a very important concept. Now you can create a custom group by selecting this icon here, or you can do create new custom group. Both of them are the same thing. It's just two ways of arriving at this. So this opens up your custom group editor. Now we are being asked to create the new custom group element. So click on this over here. If you just hover your mouse, you see the tooltip and it says add new custom group elements. So click over here. Now, the custom group first begins with adding in the condition. So let's browse, and our condition is based on metrics. So let's change this to metrics. And either you search for revenue, but let's try to use the folder. Over here, click on sales metrics and scroll down, click on revenue. Okay, now we want the top 5. So if you scroll down, you can see all the other options. So top 5, so let's take highest, and we enter the number 5. Now that we have this, now we need to bring some scope to this revenue. So let's select an attribute. The first attribute, let's select customers. Let's select customers. So click on customers and select customer. So what this says, give me the highest 5 revenue at customer. Select OK. Similarly, let's create the other one for items. So one good thing is this custom editor remembers that you picked up revenue previously, but I'll just repeat it once again for the benefit of everyone. So let's do the manual way browse, go to metrics and go to sales metrics, scroll down to revenue, and highest revenue 5. You don't want to pick customer, you need another attribute now. So select attribute and click products and select item. So give me the highest 5, sorry, give me the highest revenue for top 5 items. That's how you would read this. Lastly, let's do the last one. So now let's make use of the history that's over here. So I want revenue highest 5, and I need a new attribute again. So select attribute, geography and employee, and select OK. So we have our 3 groups, or the 3 elements of the custom group. Now let us let's change the display option. So so if you just hover your mouse over here, you should be able to see 3 icons. The first one is duplicate, second one is the display options, and the third one is to delete this element. So let us go ahead and select the second one. Let me know if anybody has difficulty getting to this. And once you select it, by default, it's going to display only the custom group name. What does that mean? So if the revenue for top 5 customers is, let's say, $100,000, in my report, it's going to show me one row saying top 5 customers, and next to it, I'll have $100,000. But you want to display the split of that 100,000. Who are those customers? So select this called as display element name and individual items. If you display only individual items, it will just tell you the top 5 customers, but it won't tell you what's the name of that element. So this will give you the header as well as the details. So display element name and individual items. Similarly do for the remaining two. Okay, now let us rename these. So to rename each of this, you just double click over here and you should be and this opens to a text box. So let's call it top 5 customers. I'm going to do a copy paste here and press enter. Double click again. Top 5 items. Press enter. Okay, now that we have created this custom group, let us save it. So you can click on save. And you don't want to share this, it's your own personal object. So let us click my objects over here, and I'm going to call it, since I already have the custom group based on the previous trainings, I'm just going to call it for now custom group top 5 and click on OK. It's been saved successfully. OK, and you can close the custom group editor from here. Now, let us now create a blank report. You can now go to new report, select blank report. And now, first and foremost, let us bring that custom group over here. So you should be able to see a folder called My Personal Objects, and expand My Objects and go and pull the custom group that you just created and drag it to the rows. If you double click it, it comes into the first column of the row. Now I have my top 5 custom groups. Let me add a revenue. So I go back to let me go back to all objects pane. Now let me click on metrics. And I'm going to select sales metrics. And I'm going to drag revenue to the columns. Even if you double click it, it gets added as the first column. Now I want units sold also, so it's not in this first list. Then you move on to the next page since it's all arranged alphabetically. So click on this next 30 items and you should be able to find units sold. You can either drag and drop like how I mentioned yesterday till you see a vertical bar, but also by default if you drag and drop, MicroStrategy will place it after the first column. So double click it and it should be placed next to revenue. Now you can run this report and there you have your top 5 customers, items and employees. This wraps up the topic custom groups. Any questions on this? Okay, let's move on to the next one.